Holy banana rama. Can I just tell you what an insane day it has been, kids. I stumbled on a little post. We're going to get into it in a few minutes here. Okay. About this mom who went on this rant that we have to be careful about our words because our post got taken down by the Book of Face. You know, I had sent.
But you know why? I think it's because like
Nope.
the kid's face and that was in it. I think that's why.
Well, no, because she dropped the N-word like 19 times.
Yeah.
She called people monkeys. Like all this hate-filled stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think she's on the warpath. She's deactivated her Facebook, so there's all kind of craziness. So the post got taken down. The original post that I had shared is gone. That's gone too. So I think she's on the warpath and probably not liking the heat so much. But she's been playing games with like blocking her Facebook, deactivating it, reactivating it, making it all locked down, and then kind of unlocking certain posts so people can comment on it.
Okay.
So it's kind of
keeping you intrigued.
It's kind of like a little bit of a game for her. A little bit of a game.
Publicity stunt.
Yeah, totally. So it's like there's so many mental health issues with her. So we're gonna get into that in a little bit, and talk about.
Sorry, we're late.
Well, can we show the post?
We're gonna do all that in a minute.
Okay.
But we got to start our show. You know what I'm saying? We got to get into our thing because people are just tuning in. That tons of people came in like the page today, so we got to give them our full spiel here. And so there's some trigger words though that you can't say on Facebook anymore because they just ban you.
Question is, can we say them here?
Well,
I don't want to say some of those words.
No. We're not going to say the words that she said, but I'm talking about things that we've talked about on the show, like racism and what people are. That, well, frankly, the bitch is the racist. I'm just going to say it. Like I was like, I'm not going to read her to filth. Like I'm going to come at this from mental health.
Can I ask you? Yeah. Jeffrey, can we still say like my husband's grumpy, so I'm going to give him a blowjob later so he stops being so grumpy? Am I going to get banned from Facebook for saying that?
Probably. I mean, that's kind of. Oh yeah. So
don't be letting your eyes swell up again, Marie.
If this is Marie, we talked about a couple shows a couple weeks ago. She got a shot to the eye, kid. So if you're just tuning in here, we're going crazy. We take on serious topics like this racist mother with her mixed kid. And we also talk about crazy sex issues with us. We do. Like I'm a single gay dad with that adopted some kids. We've got Luke over there who had a surrogate mom. He's in Australia. He's also a nurse. So we get into politics. We talk about COVID. And his man left him, and he had a gimpy foot. But Luke's also a little bit of a slut. We talk about that. He came over to America this summer, and he was here for 3 weeks. Nice. And so we get into all kinds of crazy sex situations. And Miss Katrina A. Johnson, who was on Nickelodeon's All That, she's a little stuck. She's actually flying all over the world right now, and she's in Portland. She's trying to get up here right now and join the show. So hopefully she'll make it. She's having some connectivity issues. So hopefully she'll be on soon. And then, we do have an announcement. Miss Karen Ashley. She was one of the OG Power Rangers from the original movie. She played Aisha. She's one of the original show co-hosts with me. I created the show. And she joined me first. And then she brought on Katrina. She's going to be back next Monday. We're going to do a special live show because we're not normally live on Mondays. So make sure you come on Monday and check that out. We're going to do a little reunion with the OG, with me, Katrina, and Karen. So make sure you come and check that out. We're going to... me. And James. Kick it back. Sorry. Yeah, I just kind of felt like that went without saying, but I realized that people wouldn't know that. So, James...
So you guys going to kick it old school with just you guys?
Yeah, we're just going to... That's what Karen wanted, so it wasn't... Yeah. We'll talk about that later. And then she's going to come back again and do it with everybody. But for the first time, her first time coming back since we've gone to video format, She kind of wanted to just do like us and
Kick
how we
it
used
old
to,
school.
yeah, and just go
Yeah.
crazy. So, I'm sure we'll talk about her little Morphin Power Ranger days and how the antics we used to get into and Katrina and I slutty ways. So
Yes.
yeah, that's it. So yeah, so Marie, so you gotta go down on Felix later.
He's so grumpy. So grumpy. And I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, okay, honey. We've been working so much. Florida's so crazy right now. Like people are everywhere. It is just absolutely insane. And it's just back to, just killing yourself in this heat and then wanting just to come home and go to sleep. So yes, remember we talked about this. Quarantine probably saved and ruined a lot of marriages. It helped mine for sure to be home with my husband. But yeah, I was like, he totally needs my attention. I was like, am I going to be banned from Facebook for that? So yeah. But we talk. We got to get on our serious issues too. But Jeffrey, you have a story to share that's supposed to be funny.
Look, I can't. I know. I gotta get a haircut. Okay, so right, Marie has been dying because Marie's had to tell her embarrassing sex story. So before we get into this crazy topic about this mom, who I'm sure she's got some fun sex stories with her cousin, allegedly. Okay, look, and I also do stand-up comedy. You can go like my page, just Jeffrey Emmett, kind of like just Jack, but just Jeffrey Emmett. Allegedly, she slept with her cousin. Oh, and hi, Britt. I'm sure you're watching because you saw me posting all over your page today before you locked it down that we were going to be talking about you tonight. So I know you came here because you're self-serving. Hey, boo. You could have commented. I reached out to you for comment. You didn't want to comment. So, yeah, kids. So what happened was I was dating this dude, right? And he wanted to get a little crazy in the bedroom, as one does. He liked butterscotch. He was a fan of it. So I said, all right. Well, I didn't know. Like I was, that whatever, hanging out. Next thing I know, all of a sudden, he takes the whole jar, and it's like twisting it on there. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing?
Well, wait. We need context here because
we're in
what
the
do you
bedroom.
mean? Like butterscotch?
Butterscotch, like a Sunday topping. He takes the jar.
Yeah.
Like a Sunday topping, butterscotch, right? For Sunday. He takes the jar and puts the whole jar on my junk and just starts twisting it. You know what I mean? To flavor up the junk. It's craziness. Just absolutely ludicrous. And he's twisting it over the junk. So then he's going to town. He's on a lot. So things keep progressing. I digress. Don't I start having an asthma attack? And at this point, it's getting hot and heavy, kids. Hot and heavy. Like I'm, doing the gay acrobats. Like it's the gay Olympics in the bedroom.
Well, I'm already feeling nauseous.
Right. I was skinny and hot then. I was attractive. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling good. Like I was hot, kids. Hot. You can find some pictures online. Hot. Well, I start having this asthma attack to kill. So I got to jump off and get out of bed. Well, back then, it was the poor days. So I had one of those oscillating fans on the stand, but it didn't have a cover. I get out ass first. My ass hits that fan. Lube was everywhere.
Oh boy.
Oh man, that fan broke. Like my ass hit the fan blades because there was no cover on it. You know what I'm saying? Like it just was so traumatic. It was so traumatic. Not only do you gotta have an asthma attack in the middle of this, your junk's covered with butterscotch. I'm having an asthma attack. He's laughing. I'm just so embarrassed. And then the worst part of all this was afterwards, he put the butterscotch back in the refrigerator. And this is like, mind you, I'm like, I don't know, 19, 20. People are coming over. And he's like, you want a sundae?
Oh, this is No.
Right. Would you like? But I'm
stop.
like, absolutely not. No way. No, I threw it out. I was here trying to get people to butter. I was like, dude, you need Jesus. No.
But you know, Jeff, in light of all of this now that I know this backstory, it's putting a lot of stuff in context as to the person you are today. There's traumas there, Jeff.
Absolutely.
Traumas.
Absolutely.
Not only to your ass with the fan blades.
It's why I keep a puffer next to the bed. Also next to the washing machine.
Kathy in the chat room. Kathy in the chat's asking, was it a big jar or a small jar?
It was a big jar.
I'm thinking of like this big Peter. Yeah, like
it was a big jar. It was bigger than my junk. I'll say that. I'm not gonna lie.
Where is this person now? Is it still alive?
You were making out with him.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
It was.
Oh, it was both y'all hoes. I was giving
my God.
sloppy seconds.
You know what's funny? I saw him today.
You want to pour some more tea? You want to pour some more tea while we're on there?
No! Let's stop now.
Have a little more tea, boys. Have a little more tea.
Okay.
Have a little
I
more
saw
tea
him
before we
today.
go on to
I got
the
to
now.
Hold on. I saw him today.
Working at Red Lobster with her butter biscuits, huh?
We lost Marie. Look, you just drove her away.
She's done. But no, funny story.
Have a little more tea, kids. A little more tea before we get on to the racist girl.
Jeff, I saw him today. He came into my store and I didn't want him to see me. So I like went and hid in the back until he left. Because I did not want to interact with him.
Just saying, kids. Just saying.
Oh, so now you're too good, James, are you? You're too good for butterscotch.
Sorry.
Oh, is that going to be his new nickname, Butterscotch?
Butterscotch is absolutely his new name.
That's amazing. That's incredible.
Yeah. So that, yeah. So that's one of my fun little.
Butterscotch has really messed up a lot of people. It seems.
It's never.
Stay away from butterscotch, kids.
It's never dissuaded me from.
Marie's smart, see? She's got good judgment.
Never dissuaded me from having food in the bedroom. But if anybody has some funny, well, we posed a question on Facebook this week. It was going to be a discussion this week until I got this crazy story. Maybe at the end we'll go into it. If people in the chat room, if you're watching live and you want to discuss, what was something you realized after your first time, like the thing that you were lied to about sex. So after your first sexual experience, what was the thing you realized that wasn't true? Let us know in the chat room, and we'll talk about it towards the end of the show after we talk about the alleged crazy bitch.
Yeah, let's get into crazy bitch.
Let's
start showing stuff. Let's show the evidence.
Yeah. So here's the evidence at hand, and this is all. Well, it's not alleged because she posted it, but
well, yeah, no, it's not even alleged. Yeah, let's just
our opinions
are alleged.
So, yeah, we crossed out her last name because we don't want to give her any more of the clout that she's chasing. I don't even want to read it, kids. So you're going to need to read it yourself. We're not going to say this crap out loud because I don't want to give her, So this is what it says, kids. We'll give you some time. Here you go and read it. I mean, it's just, and now, again, so the story is this girl had posted this, and it's been going on for quite some time. She has a mixed race son that she has pictures of on Facebook. So the information we got, there's some posts by her sister that said, people were very concerned for her son. James, do you have some other posts by her? So you can tell from the blackout kind of where she's going with this. That he's not Caucasian and she said the word. Let's show some other ones here.
Those are all we have.
Oh, you didn't? Okay.
Those were the only screenshots we had that we could really show.
After reading that first post, I was going to try and be devil's advocate and say, this chick's on meth, which I also think she is. But
allegedly.
Hey, who knows?
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But
allegedly.
But the thing is, like, I was kind of trying to see, like, this chick's really unwell. Like, she's fucking buoy in the head. Like, she's not right. She's carrying on with all this shit on Facebook, which someone who lacks insight, lacks judgment, lacks any
James,
kind
can
of
you post the other shit
emotional
in the comments?
intelligence. So I was going to try and, like, I wasn't going to be in her court, but I was going to just try and say, hey, this is a mental health issue. Like, this person needs help. I also think that is very much the case. But when it all came out then that I don't think she's safe for children. That's where I'm going. Well, I was then straight away, I was like, you know what? Whether she is a hardcore racist or just a fucking crazy drug addict or whatever's going on there, she can't be in charge of anyone. Any child that's with her is in danger because that bitch unstable.
But are we sure? But Luke, are we sure she's not doing it just for attention or to get Facebook, Instagram famous? Or
she fucked up, man. Because then I saw shit that she's been charged with, like, shoplifting and stuff. Do you have the mug shot? Like that shoplifting charge one? Because no, she's a wreck. I tried to find the good. I really did.
Honey, she's driving the train into a fucking brick wall. No brakes.
Like, look, I tried to find, like, some kind of way to rationalize her behavior, but there's
doesn't have custody of her kids. The sister said that. There was a post by the sister. She doesn't have custody of her kids. The mother-in-law has them. Now, I don't know which mother-in-law because she has a few kids. We never got clarification. I've been trying to reach out from comments. I know Luke tried to reach out to multiple family members. I tried to get some of the friends. I'm not getting anywhere, and I'm going to continue to reach out because I'm going to follow this story as far as we can. Because I'm real curious. Like, I want to know that the kids are safe. I want to, I know people are calling CPS left and right on this chick because her posts are so bad. Like, it's not one, it's not two. There's a slew of them. And each one gets worse. And if you have that much hate, how could you possibly raise a mixed child with any love?
Well, that's why I said very early on in the piece.
How could you?
There's clearly mental health issues. Yeah, there's clearly, look, I can't diagnose, but I will say she's definitely on some kind of drugs.
Lady, you slept with a black man. What does that say about you? You were swallowing that. You had that all over. She was taking that, and you had a baby.
That's not really, Jeff. That's not like the sex thing's nothing because people do weird shit with sex. Who cares? The fact that she had a child, a natural biological instinct, especially as a mother and father, you have this unconditional love for your child. And the fact that she can go online and say this kind of shit means that there's some kind of there's something fucked up there. Because anyone normal would think, okay, I'm about to say something, whatever your politics are, whatever, blah, 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 blah. How's this going to affect my kids? We all consider it. When we talk, we all do it.
Have mixed kids. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, never. And through all this, doing stand-up.
Because when you're saying terrible shit like that disgusting word she's using, she's saying it about her child. And so there's something fucked up there. There really is.
And even part of me of like thinking about like, okay, are we attacking this broad? Like, no. Like, she put all this out in public. She's the one that's blasted this. She's put her life, she chose to make this out into the universe and kept it going even when thousands and thousands of people were commenting on it. She chose to do this to herself.
Because she lacks insight. There's something...
Well, I really think part of it was she's like, oh, I'm going to be internet famous.
Yeah, she thought she's
Because
going to be
listen,
like...
her life is in danger. But I worry for that girl's safety. I'm going to go after her for this. Like,
They
did she not think about that? Like,
They
those things that you said. Like, people are going to see you in public and they're going to come after you.
It's on my phone. This one guy was like, somebody better go over there. Y'all, somebody better go check on her and go sit outside her house and just pray for her or whatever. But he did it, because you can't, like, he was just so crafty about it.
But this is the worry, though, too. She's putting her kids in danger,
well,
too.
that's what I was trying to find out.
Because you don't do this kind of stuff. You have insight and you go, holy crap, what are the repercussions?
But this is why CPS does need to be contacted. Because when you go ahead and do these things, she should have been thinking about her kids. So now her kids are in danger because she just blasted this, made it public, and then continued it by fighting people. And then she kept just saying it. She kept dropping the N-word. She kept calling people names, and she kept continuing the battle. So at no point was she thinking about her mixed son's safety or her other children. She did not care. She just cared about the fact that people were coming to her page and paying her attention. She didn't care that people were going to message Red Lobster. And that Red Lobster's now, they messaged back and said they were doing an internal investigation. Oh, there you go.
Gone. She's gone.
That's Red Lobster's response to this.
Can you bring up that post about her being arrested for shoplifting as well? When you can, James.
Poor James. I know. I thought
it's there. I saw it there. It's somewhere in the voice.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
It's because I've had him block out her last name, so it made it more complicated because I didn't decide to do that till the last show. Yeah. Because if you guys, it's easy enough to find. It was on our page earlier. But
look at that face there, though.
Well,
I think it's safe to say there's some kind of narcotic use there.
It ain't cute. Road hard, put away wet. Like a moped,
there's a lot of stuff
you don't want to see a friend see you on it. And then
I think it's a sad story, really. It is. It's a sad story. And it's the same as Jeff. Remember that like this is something that's happened off the show. I sent Jeff a racist tirade from a gay guy here in Australia where he was saying some really atrocious things. And I really think though voice. Yeah. And that was like a mental health episode. I'm like, this person's messed up. I don't even really think he believes half this stuff. He's just messed up. Like, that's why I think with this chick here, like, what the fuck is she on?
Well, and like with what you were saying too, I felt that guy was really doing it for the attention. Like, and that to me is the scariest part of all this, is how many people are doing it because they see people are getting blown up. People are coming to their page and commenting.
But then that's something very narcissistic. Why would you want, like, narcissists thrive on attention, but that kind of negative attention is something only someone who's got a narcissistic disorder wants.
You know why?
Because normal people don't want it.
Look at Trump.
He's a narcissist, though. We all agree on that.
He's thriving. He's thriving on racism right now. People love him. And people are racist and they love him. So they know that those freaking cone head wearing people will find them and they will praise them. So she knows, I'm sure somewhere, that she can start her fans only page as long as she filters that ugly mug or beats it with baby powder and whatever else she got to do to go fix that thing. And that she could go start her little porn career or whatever the fuck it is, because that's the only chance she's got. But she's got to dip into those racist folks that are right along with her, and she's down south, so I'm sure there's plenty of them she could find. I mean, shit, I keep finding them all on my page left and right. They're coming out the woodwork. Not only the racists, but the bigots. It's the most insane thing to me. It's like Trump has made it okay to now be a racist and a bigot. Mm-hmm. And it's getting worse every day. They're coming out the woodwork. Just look at the comments on our page. Yeah.
But the people running with this, though, they're far. Like, Trump would never say or do the things that these people are doing. So they're obviously. Why do they look to him as somebody who makes it okay?
Because he's doing it in such a way. Sorry, James, go ahead.
No, I mean, you were starting to say what I was gonna say. He has, and I'm on you. Yeah, oh God, I'm gonna let you, just you.
Well, Marie was trying to chime in there.
I
That
can't.
poor girl can't get a word in edgewise. Which, Marie, you're Italian. What the fuck? Since when are you quiet, bitch? Go.
No, because so what I was saying is that at work we've been experiencing a lot of this too, where there's a lot of Spanish people here. There's a lot of African American people in town right now, and a girl was busy, and she's a white girl. Okay, black people, whatever. And so a girl waitress, she has a lot of tattoos. Like, she's a white girl with a lot of tattoos, and she was busy, so she had to run down 3 flights of stairs and then back up for her sushi. And she got sat a table of black women. And Stephanie ended up taking because she knew Amanda was behind and she didn't want anyone to wait. And, we do that for each other sometimes because, we're just busy and you get caught up. Well, they called the girl a racist. And she's not. Her best friend has a half black son that she lived with for 4 years. Like, because she had to go down to get her sushi, and we didn't want
That's
you to
the problem
wait.
now though, is that these social issues are so heightened right now that, if you look at somebody wrong, it's just the buzzword and it's the belief. And it's like, because everything's just boiled to the top now of the pot. And, something so innocent as the fact that she was so busy and what do they think, that she didn't want to wait on them because they were black? So they just suddenly go to that conclusion when it was actually, no, she's fucking real busy. She's running up and down stairs. You don't see that because she's doing that out of behind the scenes. Like, this is the slippery slope, and this is what happens when these things boil over, is that,
because
things become really heightened.
We're at a point where enough is just fucking enough.
But enough's enough, Jeff. But you don't just start believing that every person, because they're a different color to you, is against you. So you need to actually step back and be a little bit rational and go, shit, let's all meet each other here. Let's not go, oh, this waitress didn't wait on us, so she's suddenly racist. No, she's fucking busy, so someone else helped her out. Don't go, oh, she didn't want to wait on us. Like, this is what happens when things get too crazy. And things are too crazy over there right now. I have to say it. Things are too crazy in America.
And Luke, did you hear? They're setting cars on fire in Auburn, New York. Somebody's going around setting cars on fire.
Yeah, but we don't have any idea who that is. That could be some fucking random white person. Like, we don't know who that is. What the fuck is that?
Probably is. No. I'm talking about this quarantine. The quarantine has made everybody go crazy.
It has.
The point. Who goes around and sets other people's cars on fire for no reason? In Auburn, no less. Why?
Everyone in Auburn, bring your insurer real quick. Make sure arson is in that insurance policy.
Oh, and
because you next
too. Because somebody else, look at, I keep collision on all my cars for a reason, and they're Honda, so they're worth more. So I'm like that bitch. Go ahead. Listen, and something else I wanted to bring up that got brought up in one of on her posts was that, well, maybe something happened to her. Maybe she was raped by her man that she got pregnant with that had the mixed baby. Maybe she was beat by him. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? So wait, let me time out. Okay, let me just go here with you for a minute, bitch.
All right, put the camera on, Jeff.
Let me just fucking go here. So let me just go here. So in your in your pretty fucking world, bitch, her racist rants is because she was raped by the dude or beat by the dude. She got pregnant, had a mixed baby. so it's okay. And you feel bad because she's a little white girl. So she made all these racist rants and had this little mixed baby with all her other white kids. So that's why she's making these racist rants. So we should feel bad for her, right? Okay, Stella. So then you think it's safe for her to raise that little mixed kid? Because you don't think every time she looks at that little mixed boy that you don't think she's thinking about that guy that raped and beat her, bitch? The fuck is wrong with you, you dumb fuck? The fuck?
Well,
It might be
all this is so alleged.
This is because
all of this is so alleged.
You dumb motherfucker. Yeah. Don't sit there and
it's
come
very
in with
alleged.
Bullshit. Right, it is all alleged.
But I completely agree.
Maybe she was. But don't sit there and tell me. If she's that fucking unstable, where she is posting that shit because something like that happened to her, she shouldn't be raising those fucking
But hey,
kids.
why don't we just leave it at that though, Jeff? Because we're trying to
carry over to her raising that fucking kid, you dumb
Jeff,
fuck.
We're all trying to create narratives as to what fucking drew her there. So was I. I'm guilty of it too. Like, what the fuck made this crazy chick crazy? I'm saying drugs, blah, blah, blah. So how about we just treat it as it is? She is unstable. She's not suitable for raising children. She's not safe for a child's emotional development. No. This is actually fact. I'll say this as a fucking professional. She fucking ain't safe to raise a child. She ain't. So that's what reason that they were removed, because they needed to be removed.
Well, there was other things that we don't know.
We don't know the backstory, so, but we do know that she is posting crazy shit online, and that this crazy shit is actually implicating her child in these horrible racist rants. We know that. That's black and white. Excuse the pun.
I can't fucking stand you, Aussie boy. The dingo, the fucking dingo. Leave it to him. Oh, this bitch. I can't. But
you know I'm right, bitch. That's why you
like common sense are done. Like I was arguing today on the post that got taken down by Facebook with Tony. He's like, "Oh my god, I don't think he's ever actually watched our show. He just policed our posts." And he's like, "You gonna have the kid taken away from her because she disagrees with you?" No, motherfucker, I'm had her kid taken away because she's a fucking racist, and the kid's I can't even say it. Mixed race. You dumb motherfucker.
But you know that little boy too, like it's quite. It's sad though that that little kid is in a situation where, you know what? Where's Dad?
Motherfucker got me heated.
Where's Dad?
She has a picture of what one would assume, allegedly, is a picture of her, the father, and the baby.
Well, where's Dad?
And she's all smiling, nice and pretty. Well, like I said, the sister said that the child was with the mother-in-law. So I took from that would be his mom.
But why not with him? Where's he?
Well, I don't know. I couldn't track
exactly.
That down.
Wouldn't it be normal if the other parent took the child? So there's some shit going on there too. So, you know, we just need to just sort of not be too judgmental, because the fact is, Daddy can't be there for whatever reason. Who knows what the reason is? Probably not a good reason.
But
because most people should be there for their children.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that Daddy's not there. Just because the kid lives with the mother-in-law.
Right.
Yeah, guess what? My kid don't live with my mom. She lives with me.
Look,
but that could be just the sister's take on it. That could just be the sister trying to start shit because she
could be. Everything's alleged, but you know what? At the end of the day, if you're the parent, you're responsible, whether you got a cock or a fucking pussy. Sorry. Well, don't care if he fucked her and got her pregnant, then fucked off, or whatever their story is, and that she's a fucking wreck, and blah, 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 blah. That kid's been let down by two people in this world. And that's the fucking fact. Two people fucked that kid over.
We don't know that. He could be living with the father.
Or maybe the kid's better off.
Why are they saying that with the mother-in-law?
Well, but that's her sister. That's her sister's account. I could not verify anything other than she doesn't have custody of her kids.
Okay, then I'll take a step back and I'll say, well, then you know what? Mummy's real fucked up. Baby should be with Daddy.
So as far as we know, like that could be the case.
Well, we have Ashley in the chat room is saying, my understanding is that the husband adopted the child because she had an affair. And then she's also saying that the husband wasn't allowed to be involved, or the father wasn't allowed to be involved. So like all the information that we're getting,
her husband, cousin,
her, the baby's father, the kid's father wasn't allowed to be involved.
Her husband, cousin, dude, that dude looks like her relative, allegedly. Tell me I'm wrong, people in the chat room. Go ahead, I'll wait.
Jeffrey.
I'm just telling her how. Look at you. Go to my comedy page, okay, kids? Because the shit that comes out my mouth is comedy. So go ahead. I'm here for your entertainment, and because I just can't handle people like this no more. I can't. Like, it's just insanity to me that people like this have children. Like, why? Why bother? Why do you have children? Why? What in your brain? Like, wrap it up, bitch. Take birth control, honey.
Look, I've just had another perspective brought to me, though, that had that guy been abusive, okay, so I didn't consider this. A friend of mine just messaged me with this. Had he been abusive and things like that, then obviously the child's not safe with him. So I probably shouldn't get as heightened as I do. And that's probably the reason why. So, but that's where I was going actually initially, though, too, is that if he's not a good parent or a good person, then,
but
you know, the child's still being let down. Like, you know, but I guess the onus is always sort of put back on the mother. That's where I was going with my little rant before, was that, you know, the mum is always usually made responsible, but it was always two people that made the baby. And, you know, men who are abusive and men who are pieces of shit are also not just abusing the female that they're with, they're abusing the children, whether they physically do it or not. It's by proxy. These people need to be held to account as well, and that's just kind of where I was going.
Oh, so wait, because
I'm derailing the show a bit, but
I went on a rant. So you had to pick one too, bitch. Is that what it was? You had to pick.
I didn't even consider this perspective. No, a friend of mine just messaged me and said that's like how she was sort of taking it.
Oh,
like,
is this what
you
we're
know,
doing? Like, I gotta pick a step. So you gonna pick a step? Like, you gotta like try to fucking like we trying to outdo each other? Is that what we're doing over here?
No, because normally I don't get heightened, Jeff. You got me there. You were ramping up, and I was like, "Fuck this bitch! I'm going today with her."
What show do I not at least ramp up about something, motherfucker? Every fucking show, like.
But normally I stay mellow, and today I got a little bit mouthy.
Yeah, but on the wrong side, bitch, because we don't know nothing about the father. And then if that's true,
well, that's true. That's true.
Cut out the father. Did she cut him out? And that, because I don't know what the laws are down there, but I know in New York State, if you're married and let's say you step out and have an affair, it doesn't matter that other guy's the father. On the birth certificate, your husband will be put as the father.
Well, you know, here in Australia, it's completely up to the mother who says the father is. The mother nominates who the father is at the birth.
Well,
no. You guys, I went through this.
Were you married, bitch? Were you married?
And
were you in New York?
He was not married. Will you listen to me? What I'm saying
you in Florida.
Is any man can
you ain't married.
Will you listen? Okay, any man can say, I believe to be the father of this child, and they are granted a paternity test.
Well, yeah.
And you can. So the thing is if a guy steps up and says, hey, I think that's my kid, you go get a paternity test. You can buy one over the counter now. And you just go and you take a paternity test and you see if it's yours or not. And you can't just, and if you put someone's other name on the birth certificate, then and they change it. I mean, so if a father wants to be involved, they will be. Like we fought. We spent a lot of money fighting.
Look, I can talk about my situation. with the surrogacy, it was really difficult because when a baby's born here, their legal documents are baby of the mother, right? So I had a lot of trouble. I couldn't get parental leave. I couldn't get her on my Medicare card, which is similar to like what I guess your Obamacare is. There was a lot of issues. The parental leave was the big thing though, because you get 18 weeks of minimum wage to stay at home with your child when you have a baby.
And what about your partner?
99% of the time given to the mother, right? Because I was in a surrogacy arrangement, I had so much trouble. And, you know, only the fact that Sam, the surrogate, was just so good with everything. And she kept telling them, because they kept trying to give her all of these benefits. They're like, well, it's your baby, it's your baby. And she was like, no, it's not my baby. Luke has the baby. Like, it was a big argument, and it took 10 weeks. Luckily, I had 10 weeks of annual leave from my job where I still had income coming in until the parental leave then kicked in. But it was like a big argument. I know we were charting a little bit of new territory, especially in a regional area. You know, I was even getting questioned by my workplace at the time, like what we were doing, was it legal? And I'm like, excuse me? Like, I'd actually bring in the Surrogacy Act. It was because it was only done in 2010 for Queensland here in Australia. I actually had to bring it into my workplace and show them. And then I also had to print out all of the government documents to say that I can receive parental payments and all of this stuff. It was a big uphill battle, but I'm glad I did it because I hope I made it easier for someone else in the future.
But now you were with Stumpy.
But Stumpy wasn't involved legally at that point with anything like that.
You guys chose that. Like that was a conscious
choice?
choice?
Stumpy kept disappearing, man. So I bought my own house. Look, I don't like to air too much dirty laundry, but I will just say Stumpy had fucked off. He had gone for 6 months. I went and bought my own house. I went and bought a house on my own. My friend Sam came to me, and because she had already offered, and then she knew I went through a surrogacy with IVF and everything, and it had failed, cost me a lot of money.
And she said,
I'm just saying, Stumpy was because he fucked off, so he wasn't living in my house. I owned my house. He was living somewhere else, renting a room from somebody.
Like
so
he had
Yeah, and then he had the gall then when he came back into my life, like after Sam was like a month pregnant or so, saying that we went behind his back and did it. We didn't consider him. We didn't consult him. I'm like, well, where the fuck were you? But it was my fault. That's all on me that I even went back into that relationship after knowing how toxic it was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I only can blame me. I can only blame me.
Listen, for us, it was over a year. No, it was longer than a year because she was pregnant, and it probably cost us about $40,000, like fighting to get our shared parenting, and it was worth every penny. And as you can see, she's been running around behind me because she wants my attention because we went and bought Barbies. She decided that today she likes Barbies now.
Well, you guys weren't
so we had to go to Target and buy Barbies. We did get married before she was born. We did. We got married because we knew that it would be a problem. You know, they would try to keep her, you know, out of our lives, like, because her lawyer is a bulldog. So, you know, the thing is that we spent a lot of money. We said, we're going to do this. We're going to get married. And, you know, I didn't care that we got someone else pregnant. You know, I love her. She's my child, like, regardless. So, like I said, if you want to be in a child, you will be. And if you don't, you won't. And that's just how it is, you know, like, so these people's situation, we don't know why it's her kid, if the guy's involved, what's going on. I honestly believe she wants attention and she's got a little something wrong upstairs because she put herself and her life and her family in danger doing that.
She's too great for
like
that. Short of a fruit salad. Feel me?
I hope people know that before they go and beat the crap out of her and go to jail for her because she's not worth it. I hope people know that, like that they don't let that anger them and put hands on her and get arrested for somebody like her, because it does sound like there might be a little something wrong up there. She might be a little touched, like because who says stuff like that?
I don't know.
Like there's something very wrong.
Like we have, James, did Stacy send the group message in the? Sure.
What message? I'm looking at the thing.
I met a wonderful new friend today through all this, Stacy. So there's these groups, like one of the groups from the original post. Oh God! And of course, I'm not going to remember the name now. Just left my head like that, poof, and we're live on air. What's the group?
Stacy is watching, so Stacy.
Stacy, comment
post it in the chat room.
Stacy, Stacy, click on the. Oh shit! Yeah, Stacy, click on the link in the room, and you could just call in with your voice, sister, and tell us the group name. But James, can you see from the original post or what the thing was, what the group was that
the
post
group that
came
was
from?
Posted in
the original group.
I can
Freedom. So basically, it's I'm sure people have seen them all over Facebook, where people are kind of sharing these things because they've just had enough and there's no more excuses anymore. We're done. These people that are going on these racist rants or bigoted rants, we're putting them out there. We're sharing them. Like, this is done.
But were they this prominent prior to all of this other stuff? I never saw it much. So it's bringing out, it's like scaring at the cockroaches, isn't it?
Yeah. And I think it's time. I really do. And the thing is just on my own personal Facebook page, I've never been so disgusted in my life by people that I thought were my aunts, uncles, relatives, friends, that really are closeted homophobes, that supposedly love me and love my kids. And they don't care about black people. They don't care about gay people. Then you don't care about me. You don't care about my kids. You don't care about Aiden.
I think it's a fear. I think it's a fear. I think you're wrong on that. It's easy to care about a family member that might be gay or might. I think it's
more ignorance. I don't think sometimes intellect doesn't line up with emotion.
Yeah, but you cannot. It's when you're in it, Marie. Through all this, like, my perspective has really changed because I've always done that. Like, one of my things was, so like when I'd go down south and I'd be surrounded by a group of like redneck guys, or even up here, when I'm surrounded by people that were uncomfortable with the whole gay guy thing, one of my opening lines or one of my jokes was to make them comfortable, would be like, "Don't worry, I hate faggots." They'd be like, "You're a funny gay guy, man." always makes. I'm not doing it for me.
But Jeff, we do hate them.
It's true. But here's the thing. I shouldn't have to make other people comfortable. Because you're not comfortable, that's not my problem. But you are making it my problem. It's not my problem anymore. And you know what? I'm sick of it being made my problem.
I think now, Jeffrey, I think people are homophobic because they think if they're cool with a gay person, people are going to think they're gay. If you're cool with a black person,
that's not my problem. That's their issue, Marie. And you know what?
I know it's not your problem. You're talking about all
but homophobes are so horrible.
I get it. I do.
But that is part of this whole racism discussion, and this whole that's us putting it on black people and putting it on gay people. Then we have to solve the problem. Like, we have to explain it to them. It's not my fucking job to teach you to not be a bigot, or it's not a black person's job to teach you to not be a racist or to be okay in your own skin. Like, figure it the fuck out. Like, just because I'm gay don't mean I want to suck your dick, dude. Like, you're ugly as fuck. I don't know what to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I wanted a micro dick, you know,
But look, this is the kind of thing like homophobia, like that's the reason that gay kids get bullied at school a lot, is because it's made, you know, if you advocate, it's changing now. I know it's different now because I've got younger nieces and nephews.
In this shit. It's not though.
But look, one day, okay, I'll just give you an example. I was talking to my own brother, and someone came up to him after and said, "What the fuck are you talking to that faggot for?"
Well, look,
my brother was in that.
You do scream
That's my
homosexual.
brother.
Look at that hair.
I know I'm wearing a short skirt. I deserve it. But
is that a hairstyle?
The thing is, I'm just trying to say, the people that are around you, sometimes they're made feel uncomfortable too because of how other people are perceiving you. And it makes them uncomfortable to advocate for you because there's fucking people there that are really prejudiced. Prejudice is real. That's why I don't like to blur the lines between real prejudice and just fucking crazy people. Like,
and listen, I'm going to tell you because, you know, everybody maybe that's new to the show doesn't really understand my situation. My daughter's half black. My mom's Puerto Rican. I am comfortable around everyone. It doesn't bother me. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you're lesbian. If you're, I'm
you're my cousin.
I'll speak to anyone. Yeah, I'm your cousin. I will speak to anyone. I'll be in the middle of everyone, hamming it up. I have no idea of boundaries. I touch everybody. I'm all over everybody.
Yeah, you definitely got the ignorant gene in our family, bitch.
Listen,
you're definitely the fucking ignorant one.
All over you. I hang all over you. Listen, I have I'm all in everyone's faces all the time. I feel bad for people who fear what they're uncomfortable with or what they don't understand. Or maybe you've never been around somebody gay, so you don't know how to act around them. Or I'm from New York. I've been around black people my whole life. My daughter's father is black. Come on now, like be the only
well, clearly,
white person.
this show just proved that don't mean you're not a racist.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch.
What do you? I mean, the thing is I'm saying is that I know, bitch. See people get uncomfortable around gay people, or they're uncomfortable around Spanish people, or they're uncomfortable around, you know, white people. I think it's everybody, and I think it's more of educate yourself, put yourself out there more, make friends with different people.
Well, and it all comes down to, Marie, the thing is with human beings, and this is something that is completely true, is that we all identify with self and other. If someone's very different to you, they're an other, and that makes people uncomfortable. And that comes down to race, sexuality, gender, like all of these things all play part, and it makes people uncomfortable. But, you know, it's just that the fact that we need to have this insight when we go, okay, I feel a little bit uncomfortable now. Why do I feel uncomfortable? And then work through that and be rational. Some people lack that ability. They lack the insight.
But do you think it's just gay people, or do you think it's just black people? Because I'm a loudmouth Italian.
No, I think it's everyone.
White girl. It is.
Everyone.
You know that people didn't like me when I first started my job 14 years ago because they said I was a loudmouth, aggressive female. I moved down south, and people said I didn't really like you because you're a loudmouth, you're aggressive, and you swear, and you just say whatever you want to say. And so with that, I'm very honest. I just speak. I'm just blunt. They were like, yeah, I really didn't like you in the beginning because of that. You're too blunt for a female.
And really? Exactly. I was going to say, doesn't that go against gender constructs in Western society that a female should be far more submissive, and you're not being. You're just being. you're being Marie, and it's not measuring up to what people are okay with. So then it makes them feel on the back foot.
And people were, they were uncomfortable around me because they had never really experienced a female like me. I was different to them. I've been on my own for a long time. I raised a kid by myself. I'm a tough ass bitch. And the guys were just like, who is this female? Why is she talking like that? And they really had a problem with it. And until they got to know me, and they were like, you know what? You have like the biggest heart. You're like the most honest person. You're like the coolest person ever. And really, I can't believe in the beginning I didn't like you for that. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like people need to open themselves up.
Well, they need to see past the self another and really see someone's, you know, that's the thing. To see someone's heart, you need to let go of all of the superficial stuff. All the drag, as RuPaul would say, you know, you're born naked, everything else is drag. Like, let go of all of the ideas you have about somebody, let it all go, and just see that person and see each other.
I think that's so hard to do.
It is.
You've been
Absolutely.
so oppressed and you have so much shit. Like one of the posts that I posted on our page, 1960, I think it was 61, don't quote me because it was a post. The guy was arrested for using a white bathroom. And people are like, not when I was alive, not when I was alive. 1961, kids. I know a bunch of my friends were alive then because they're old as fuck.
Hey, Jeff, but look, how do we all feel about different... Like, look, I went through a period where I fucking hated straight men because they were the ones that vilified me and didn't like me. So I had this fucking anger back towards them. I've let that go now. Because
I have yet to see, I'm sure, like that, but I don't know. I don't know any black people that are saying fuck all white people. Not one. Not one. I'm sure they're out there, Luke, but I don't know any. Nobody's saying that. That's not the point of Black Lives Matter. Like, that's some fucking crazy, like, white supremacy bullshit that they're trying to, like, jam down people's throats that are fucking Trump-loving assholes to try to fucking, like, derail the whole message.
Can we, and Jeffrey, can we address somebody saying, Marie, imagine experiencing that every day of your life and there's no option. I understand what you're saying because my daughter is half black. And I worry about that. That is she going to be judged because, you know, the color of her skin? Are people going to dislike her because of the color of her skin? And that is something, a fear I have time.
Well, I would like to point out because I don't normally like go in the chat rooms in the show, but I did tonight and I don't really know how it works or how to comment in there.
Yeah, I can't read anything in the chat room. So that's why
in there, but I do want to point out
I can see it all right here.
Marie's daughter, because there were some comments about Marie in there that she didn't really articulate that her daughter and her have the same perspective. So just so you guys know that it's not just a white lady saying like she's married to a guy of color and having a mixed daughter, but her daughter and her, like before we have done these shows in the past, like they're on the same page. So, you know, I just do want to give you that perspective because I see a lot of people going like Jeffrey's, you know, he's on a roll, he's, you know, whatever. So I appreciate that because it's how I feel. And I know Marie has a different opinion. But, and I'm not saying that whatever, but I just feel that you should know that.
I just want to know, why do I keep getting involved in all these heavy discussions? I just want to laugh at fat people falling off jet skis.
Oh, I do love that. That is my favorite. Yeah. I love that fucking whale.
Why the fuck this shit gotta get serious all the time?
Listen, you know,
I love it. Listen, maybe that makes me evil. I'd like to see this bitch fall off a jet ski and get dragged out to the ocean and then have somebody try to save her ass. I'd like to see that. Listen, but I mean, I would allegedly, and I would like to see her get saved though, because that's a nice thing.
Oh, the bitch that's back in the post.
Yeah, I would that would be the nice thing to do is see her get saved.
No,
that's my
Jeffrey,
comment.
I just want to say, I just want to hold on.
Jeffrey,
I just want to say that my daughter is 24. I think people don't understand that I was 15 when I had her. She was 24 years old. So the thing is she just, and I'm the one who pushed her to go to a very proud Black college here locally, because I knew that that she would be perfect there, that they would appreciate everything about her. And she's going to be a pharmacist in 4 years at FAMU. So the thing is like, and it's not that she couldn't have went somewhere else. I just said, you need to represent, you are gorgeous, you're biracial, you're brilliant. I was like, you need to go to that. And that's exactly what they're looking for, because they are looking for proud Black people. And I tell my daughter that all the time.
Girl,
to sit there.
You and I don't agree on this at all, even a little bit. So, I mean, it is what it is. But I just thought it was fair to at least throw you a bone, I guess.
That we don't agree on what?
This whole topic about it, we have different stances on it, but I did feel it was fair to say, like, I know Unique agrees, like you and Unique share the same points of view on this, and I did feel it was fair to tell the listeners that, and because I knew your perspective. Luke, you're just an asshole. No, I mean, it's a show with opinions. It's with views. Like, there's some of the listeners right now. Like, if you'd like to come on and talk with us on the next show, like, I'd love to have some of the people that were on the post with us. Stacy's gonna come on. We're gonna share her group. Stacy, did she message us and tell us what a group is before we? Stacy.
No, she didn't.
God damn it. Okay, kids, but that's all the time we got. We got to go, kids. So we'll be back on Thursday. Remember, next Monday, the original, Aisha from the original Power Rangers movie is going to be back on a special live broadcast on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Check it out. Go over to our YouTube page on youtube.com.
Uncensored Radio.
Uncensored Radio.
Put it up.
Make sure to subscribe. Subscribe.
I just did this like 5 minutes ago. I went through all the social medias. I flashed them on the screen.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to follow this story, and I'm going to try to keep everybody posted. I'm going to dig some dirt. And if you find out anything, please message us at the show or message me on my personal page. You can message my stand-up page, wherever you find it. I want to really dig into this story more and find out what's going on with this chick. Because obviously there's definitely some mental health issues going on with this broad. And I want to make sure that this child's safe and stays as far away from her as humanly possible.
Oh, wait. Should we show the dirty homewrecker thing?
Oh my God! Let's close the show with the dirty homewrecker! She even got blasted. Look at that. And her titties ain't even the same size. Look at that, bitch. You got a filter in your face, but you.
All right, well, read it out. Someone, because my eyes are bad. Someone read that.
She was with my man, knowing he was with me. She is nasty. Does not take care of her children. She has been known to fuck the police in Paulding County, even knowing they are married. She's gross.
Look at that. You can see, allegedly.
Leave her. Go on, leave it go.
Girl, I'm reading her the film. This is gonna be, I'm telling you, I'm writing a whole stand-up act based on her. I'm working material, man. She's gonna be my whole fucking stand-up act. I'm gonna end up releasing it right on Uncensored Radio. So, bitch, I guess you are gonna be a little famous, baby, because I'm doing a whole fucking stand-up act. I'm gonna write a whole 15 minutes just on your ass.
Listen,
your unsized
Jeffrey,
titties.
you are making her very famous. Yeah. You're making her very famous because you keep on giving her the attention she wants.
I'm not saying her
That's
last
exactly
name, though.
what you're doing.
Well, her Red Lobster
We gave her a
biscuits.
whole show.
Her Red Lobster biscuits.
Yeah, I don't, wait, what does Red Lobster mean? Quickly, what does that mean?
Red Lobster? It's like a seafood joint, man. You trying to sell
Yeah. Oh, where she works. Yeah, sorry. This is like a joint where she works.
Yeah,
I'm with it now. Sorry. It was the hair.
Got those. I know you didn't have crazy hair tonight. I was so sad that we didn't get to start up. Usually, kids, he comes on with there's always like some crazy ass outfit. The other co-hosts that are on tonight, you know, usually have he's got some fucking like Kate Gosselin, some kind of gay ass crazy fucking hairdo. So I'm always calling him some kind of name, you know, because he's looking like something out the 80s, looking like Roxette or some shit. And he, of course, like he didn't do that tonight because he was afraid of what the fuck I'd call him.
No, I didn't have time. I had stuff to do. Otherwise, I would have come on all crazy. I would have done it for you, Jeffrey.
He always puts on makeup.
I love to give you material.
Like the one night he came out looking like Cruella de Vil and shit. I was like, oh, kids, you better hide your goddamn dogs. He's going to be killing puppies for a coat next.
Oh, my God.
Where's Peter when you need him?
Listen, I was...
Roll the credits quick.
I was late because I was talking. Yeah.
Yeah, bitch, I can see you wearing grandma's fur coat. I know you don't care about no fucking animals.
Oh, boy. Good night, everybody.